Hi friends, this is Man. So let's discuss how we can use a function to return multiple values in C#. So let's create a brand new project to demonstrate this one. I am going to use console application just because I just need to demonstrate the concept here. So let me create a console application based on .NET framework, and going next. Okay, and yeah, that's fine. Let me create this one. Yeah, here we are. We have a brand new program.cs file, and this is the startup file for the my console project, and we have an empty main method here. So to demonstrate our concept of returning, let me create a simple function, or what we can say the method. So let me demonstrate it in a way that private, let's say it has return type int. It should be static because we need to call it directly in the main method, which is static, and let's name it GetPosition. All right, and if we return 1, it should work perfectly fine. And inside the main method we need to call it. So I will call it current position is equal to get position in this way. And to hold the console app for user interaction, we need to call console.read key, so that we have the result shown on command prompt. So let's see how it returns the value. We need to print console.writeLine, and let me use the string template here to show the result. The position is, and here we can use current position like this. So that's it. Let's run this program, and it should give us the position is 1. All right, so let me also increase the font size so that we can have the clear picture that what is going on. Let me remove the extra using statements in this program. So yeah, this is a simple way to return a single value out of a function or method. So what if we want multiple values out from this method? What we can do is we can just give parentheses, and inside these parentheses we can return multiple values. So to demonstrate the same to return the same value, we need to return the same combination, and also we need to return the combination in small brackets. So what I mean by this is, if I return values in this way, it will not accept. I need to wrap them in a small brackets. So now what this function will return, this function will return 1 and 1, two integers in a single call. So if I see, or I hover over the current position, you can see it says int comma int current position. So if you see what this statement will print, let me execute this program. You can see that the position is 1, 1, so it's returning both values. These value could be any primitive data types that we can we have in C#, as well as we can return custom data types as well. So if we want integer at first place and a string in second place, we can just do that. We need to wrap this up in a string. So like, let's say Usman, GetPosition will return 1 and Usman, and if I want to show the value, I need to execute the program. The position is 1 comma Usman. So to next thing is how we can manipulate this response when from where this method is getting called. So current position is returning two values. If you press dot after the current position variable, you can see that it's saying item 1, item 2. So if we haven't give the names in along with their types, it will dynamically assign item 1, item 2 accordingly, depends on how much variables we are returning. So if I write here item 1, so only the first variable or the return value will be accessed. In the same way, if I click item 2, you can see the second value will be displayed, and this is the one way to use the returning value on multiple returning values. So another way is to wrap the return values in the same way where the function is defined. So what I mean by this is I will create a var variable, and I will use position comma second value is name, in this way. So now you can see that we are naming the return values with the call of the method, so we don't need item 1, item 2, and they will never come. Now it will return the value in separate variables. So position is defining the position of the user. You can see the position is 1, and name defines the name of the user. So this is the second way. Let me copy paste and also give the comments here. First way of utilizing multiple return from a method, right? This is the first way. And for the second way, all right, so position response dot will give us item 1 and item 2, and this is the second way of, let me copy paste like this, and we can utilize these variables and get the response through these variables. So the third way is we can also, let me create another method to demonstrate the like this, to demonstrate the third way, which is we can give the strict variables here while defining that function. What I mean by that is, if I give return position and name from this function, and when I call this function in the calling area, let's say third way of, and yeah, and I am utilizing response, and I am just using second method. Let me put this method after this one so that we have, remember that that was the second example method. So if I utilize response here, you can see response dot, it's giving me name and position. So we have named our return types while defining our function, and while calling our function we have returned the same variable names here at calling area. So we don't need to use item 1, item 2, or we don't need to define the variable names while calling that method. So this is the third way of utilizing the multiple return types from, multiple returns from a single method. If I press Ctrl F5, you can see it's giving me the position is Usman because I am just using his name. What if I just call the response? Let's see what it says. So it is returning the same multiple values that it was returning for the first way. So this is how in 3 different ways we can use multiple return types from a single method. So I hope so this will help you guys to update your code and optimize your code. And yeah, let's just follow the best practices while coding and enjoy your coding.